Hello, dear friends, how are you? We, the humans, are always having certain problems in our life. Either somebody is rich or poor, educated or uneducated, belonging to one country or the other. Everybody have certain and sometimes several problems in their lives. Although the number of problems, the severity of problems varies from person to person, and some of the problems are so severe that it literally cripples our life. For all that reason, we have made it a topic of our discussion today about the problem solving skills and all certain other aspects of it. So, my dear friends and fellows, let's begin with the key elements of problem solving skills. And the key elements are six in number. First of all, it is critical thinking. And what is the critical thinking? It is objectively analyzing information, identifying patterns, and evaluating evidence as well. Objectively analyze information, identifying patterns, and evaluating evidence as well. The second key element is creativity, and it is generating innovative solutions and thinking outside the box as well. The third key element of problem solving is resourcefulness, and it is finding and utilizing available resources to solve problems. Finding and utilizing available sources to solve problems. The fourth key element of problem solving skills is analytical thinking. And analytical thinking says breaking down complex problems into manageable parts. Breaking down of complex problems into manageable parts, it is called analytical thinking. The fifth key element in the problem solving skills is decision making, and it is weighing options and selecting the best course of action. Decision making depends upon the right sort of decision making depends upon weighing options and selecting the best course of action. The sixth and the last key element of problem solving is communication. And communication mean here clearly articulating problems. Clearly articulating problems and solutions to others. Communication. Clearly articulate problems and the solutions to others. It is the first segment of our today's talk, and it was about key elements of problem solving skills. Now the second part of today's talk is about the problem solving process. And once we talk about the problem solving process, so there are eight beneficial important points to note. The first one is define the problem. Define the problem. And it is clearly identifying the issue and its scope as well. Clearly identifying the issue and its scope. So it is the problem solving process number one. And number two is gather informations and collect relevant data and facts. It is the second point here, which is called gather information. Now, the third point is analyze the problem. Analyze the problem. And it is about examine the information and identifying patterns as well. Examine the information and identifying patterns as well. So it is about analyze the problem, and it is the third point in the problem solving process. Now the fourth point here is that is generate solutions. Generate solutions. And it is about brainstorm potential solutions. Brainstorming of potential solutions. So it is generating solutions. And now the fifth point in the process of problem solving, it is called evaluate solutions. Evaluating the solutions. And it is assessing the pros and cons of the each option. Evaluating the solutions by making assessments of the pros and cons of each option, each possible solution. And now the sixth point, as for the problem solving process is concerned, it is about selecting a solution. Earlier we talked about evaluating solutions and assessing the pros and cons. Now we are talking about selecting a solution, and it is choosing the best course of action. Choosing the best course of action, it is called selecting a solution. Now the seventh point in the process is implement the solution. Implement the solution. And it is about put the plan into action. Put the plan into action for implementing the solution. Now the eighth and the last point, it is about review and adjust. Review and adjust. And it says monitor the progress and make the adjustments as needed. Reviewing and adjusting, monitor the progress and making adjustments as needed. So these are the 8 points of the problem solving process. Moving to the next segment, it is about effective problem solving strategies. Effective problem solving strategies, it comprises the 5 points. And the point number one is break down complex problems by dividing large complex problems into smaller manageable parts. It is breaking down of complex problems by dividing large problems into the smaller manageable parts. The second effective problem solving strategy is that is use a systematic approach. Using a systematic approach by following structured problem solving process by following structured problem solving process. It is called using a systematic approach. Now the third point, it is called consider multiple perspectives. Considering the multiple perspectives, it is look at the problem from different angles, looking at the problem from different angles, and that is how we can consider multiple perspectives. Now the fourth effective strategy is called, that is input from others. Input from others, and it is collaborate with others, collaborating with others to gather insights and to gather the ideas as well. The fifth and the last effective strategy is be flexible. Be flexible. And how to be flexible? Be willing to adjust your approach. Be willing to adjust your approach as needed. So that is how we can be flexible, and these are the five effective strategies. Moving to the next segment, next part of today's talk, it is called barriers to effective problem solving. What are the hurdles? What are the obstacles? What are the barriers to the effective problem solving? The first barrier is biases and assumptions, and it is making assumption or being influenced by personal bias. Talking about ourselves, we ourselves become a hurdle because of making assumptions or being influenced by the personal biases. The second barrier to the effective solution is, that is lack of information. Lack of information, and it is insufficient data or insufficient facts, and it is called lack of information. So this is the second barrier. And the third barrier to effective solution is, it is emotional involvement. It is being too emotional, being too emotionally invested in the problem. So that is the third hurdle, obstacle, or barrier on our way to effective solutions, and it is called emotional involvement. The fourth barrier, that is fear of failure, and fear of failure says avoiding risk or avoiding the experimentation. It is called fear of failure. The fifth and the last hurdle, obstacle, or barrier to the effective solutions, it is called groupthink, and it is conforming to the group opinion, conforming to the group opinions without critically evaluating them, and it is the obstacle, hurdles, or barriers to the effective solutions. At the end of our today's talk, we are going to talk about developing problem solving skills. How to develop the problem solving skills? It is by practice critical thinking, number one, and it is engage in the activities that promote analytical thinking. The developing problem solving skills, the first skill is practice critical thinking by engaging in the activities that promote analytical thinking. The second tip here is developing problem solving skills. It is called seek diverse perspective, and by exploring yourself, by exposing yourself to the different viewpoints, by exposing yourself to the different viewpoints and the different experiences, we can seek diverse perspective. The third important point here is, that is learn from failures, learning from failures, and it is reflecting on the mistakes and use them as opportunities for growth. Now the fourth important point, about developing the skills. It is called develop a growth mindset, and it can be developed by believing that your abilities can be developed through effort and through learning as well. So it is called develop a growth mindset. And fifth and the last skill is called seeking feedback. And seeking feedback here mean ask for constructive feedback to improve your problem solving skill. Asking for the constructive feedback to improve your problem solving skill. Our today's topic is highly important. Let's have a very quick revision. And first of all, we spoke about the key elements of problem solving skills. So these are six in number: critical thinking number one, creativity number two, resourcefulness number three, analytical thinking number four, decision making number five, and communication number six. Moving to the next segment, we talked about problem solving process, and there are 8 points in it. Number one is the define the problem. Number two is gather the information. Number three is analyze the problem. Number four is generate solutions. Number five is evaluate solutions. Number six is select a solution. Number seven is the implementation of the solution. And number eight is review and adjust. So after this 8 point of problem solving process, we are going toward the effective problem solving strategies, which are five in number. First of all, it is break down complex problems into the parts. Number two, it is the use a systematic approach, follow a structured problem solving process. Number three, it is consider multiple perspectives, look at the problem from different angles. Number four, it is the seeking input from others by collaborating with others to gather the insights and the ideas. Number five, the skill number five is be flexible, be willing to adjust your approach as needed. Then we talked about the barriers, the obstacles, and the hurdles on our way to the problem solving. So these are actually five barriers, five obstacles and hurdles. And to the amazement of many people, it is not created by other people, rather by we ourselves. And the number one barrier is biases and assumptions. And the number two is lack of information. Number three is emotional involvement, and number four, it is the fear of failure. Number five, it is the group think. Group think here mean conforming to the group opinion without critically analyzing and evaluating them. At the end of our today's talk, there are certain ways to develop problem solving skills, and these are actually five ways to develop our problem solving skill. And the number one is that is practice critical thinking. Practice of critical thinking, it is engaging in the activities that promote analytical thinking. The second way to develop the problem solving skill, it is called seeking of diverse perspectives and exposing yourself to the different viewpoints and the different experiences as well. The third way to develop the problem solving skill, it is called learn from failure, and by reflecting on the mistakes and use them as opportunities for growth. Reflecting on the mistakes and using them as the opportunities for growth, it is the third way to develop the problem solving skill. And the fourth way to develop the problem solving skill is called develop a growth mindset. Developing a growth mindset, and it is believing that your abilities can be developed, through the effort and through the learning. The fifth and the last, way to develop a problem solving skill, it is called seeking of feedback. Ask for constructive feedback to improve your problem solving skills. Our today's talk was highly important, highly beneficial, for the reason that almost each one of us is facing different types and different natures of the problem. And since each one of us is facing one type or the other type of it. So it becomes very important, very, very important indeed, that we do learn to handle, we do learn to manage, we do learn to solve our problems by developing the problem solving skills. And that was what today's highly beneficial talk. It is all from me today. Thank you very much.